What's up YouTube? I'm Vaughn and this is the Gear channel where we discuss collectibles, hobbies, cabaret games from tabletop to video games, and today we are reviewing our pure Ogdoadic deck. Now this 40 card main deck only consists of 6 monsters of not being reptiles, which is probably the lowest we ever built. But honestly, we've been having quite a big success, especially with yesterday we got 3rd place at the Winner Box tournament for the Rarity collection, and 1st place went home with the Eldritch map as well. So it was definitely a competitive event, and we only lost to the 1st place winner, which was Labyrinth, which we also have the deck profile. So if you guys want to see that, definitely comment it down below. Now with that out of the way, make sure to like and subscribe because it really means a lot and I do really appreciate it. So let's get started. So starting with the non-reptiles, we have one Kelbag, one Agido, one Tyramin, I don't know how to pronounce, and then we have the Havness, which I am actually really debating of taking out. Then we have a Chaos Valkyrie, which is very good and also is a good target for Chaos Space. And there's a few combos that you could do, but mostly it's because it doesn't really specify on a light or dark to banish, so it's either or. So it's a free level 4 to actually spam. And then finally we have the Regulus, which is amazing and also does quite a bit of cool combos that you could do with the Empress as well. Now for the reptiles, we have 3 Nunus, then we have 3 Nayas, we have 2 Kagetokage, which is also a target for Chaos Space, which is quite good. Then we have our 1 Zora, or 1 Flogos, and we have one of our new reptiles, invasive alien species, which is very good, especially in today's format, while the majority of decks are playing field spells now, except for what, like Unchained. This card definitely spams quite a bit and is definitely a good reptile to play in today's meta. Next we have our 1 Lamia, that's quite good, especially with Shadow Light and other few combos, and also to get a free reptile in hand, so it's a quite good card to get. And then we have a Reptilian Colt, and finally for our last level 4 we have our Night Sword Serpent. Now with the level 8s we have our 1 Vanguard, we have 1 Empress, which is very good because if you target your Regulus, it could also get a negation. So if you are locked into reptiles, it's okay, you can still get that Omni Negate as ever you like, or you can use the effect you supposed to summon itself as a level 8 if Regulus is equipped with it, so it's quite good. Then we have our Curse, we have a Queen, we have our King, and then we have the newest one, the Aphilibus, which is very good, and also it's a dark, so you can Shadow Light it. You're supposed to summon the Overlord, so it's a free special summon, so it's actually quite good, and you're going to see how this deck really utilizes on Shadow Light quite a bit. Now for the spells, we do have our 3 Snake Rains. Then we're playing 2 Shadow Lights because even though there's a lot of combos to do with it, it was starting to be a bit too bricky to play it at 3. So I think like 2 is really decent. I would not play at 1, so I think 2 is probably the minimal that you will want to play at. Then we have Duality because we actually do have a target in our extra deck for a lot of our light level 8 monsters, and also the Grave effect is quite good. Then we have our Chaos Space, which actually adds, and also to actually do the shuffle back, there's some situations that yeah, we might have our Chaos Valkyrie or extra deck monsters that are banished to return, but many times I actually go and return the Omega back and then we could resummon it, so it's a free draw no matter what. Now for the Ogdoadic spells, we have Water Lily, Serpent Strike, and Daybreak. I don't understand why people play multiple of each, it's too breaky, so just play one of each is good. And then we have our Therion, this Colosseum, which is quite good because this deck is focusing with the extra monsters and you can add it and it just brings a lot more combo with the Empress as well. Then we have a Foolish Burial, and finally our Reasoning, which is the new one that is ulti, which is so nice. But the reasoning for Reasoning is because it acts like a Foolish Burial of like Girds or even the regular one, because yes, we have a lot of spells that have grave effects now, but also if our opponent calls the monster right, it's still a free Foolish no matter what. So far this card has never been bad and it's been very successful every single time. Now for the extra deck, starting with the XYZs, we have 2 King of the Pharaoh Imps, we have 1 Babuska, 1 Abyss Dweller, we have our Springus, which also overlaid into the champion, okay, which is very good because this actually gets us Ethereum cards for free, so you can actually get the imprints pretty for free as well. So you could do deck thinning by getting the field spell and then the imprints, so it's a quite good card as well. And then we have the zombie vampire, which is an amazing level 8, so you could definitely do more foolishing, and if you hit the right stuff as well, you just extend a lot more. Then we have our number 838, which is a free spell negation, and also is a good beater, so don't really have too much complaining about it. Now we are still playing the Lancelot. Now the reason why we're playing the Lancelot is that it's an Omni negate, but also if we're attacking your opponent directly for that extra damage of 2000 and popping a monster, we could easily overlay it for a Zeus for free. Now we have our one fusion, which is our Mud Dragon. We don't really need to play with any more. Then we have our Dark Charmer, which is amazing with a queen. Then we have our Reptilian Echidna, which is quite good. So there's quite a bit of reptilian combos that we're doing that is quite good. And then we have our synchros. We have the Reptilian Melusian, which is incredible because one, you could duality it, which is quite good, but this card is amazing, and I was very like hesitant about it, but the fact is that it's easy to make it cannot be destroyed by battle or by card effect by just simply using 2 reptiles as synchro materials. But the effect to make monsters to 0 like unlimited times, because it's just once per chain, is just incredible. So this actually did help quite a bit and made my opponent really overextend just to get rid of this card that takes no materials for us to use. So this is an incredible card. And then finally we have a Cyframe Lord Omega. Now for the side deck. So starting with our side deck, we have the Scarlet Red Dragon Archfiend, which is quite good, especially for hitting time. And then we have a Caldo. Now we don't have a Medora, but yeah, the Caldo is pretty much against tier. So if we're against tier, it's definitely good to definitely have. And I would say these are pretty much the mandatory cards to have in your side. Everything else is completely optional. You choose your side, especially based on your local or the event that you're attending. But for mandatory, I think these two are definitely mandatory to have in your side. Okay, now what we were playing was 3 dog words, which actually came in clutch, and I think it's still an amazing card, especially if you're playing a deck that could easily potentially go into time, because we play with quite a bit of floaters. So then we have our kaijus. So we're playing 3 kaijus, just pretty much against like purelies or stuff that's nuisance, but also stuff that could help is actually 3 Burk of Eclipse. Then we have 3 Twin Twisters, which definitely helps with a lot of back row hate, especially with Labyrinth or even Rescue Ace. And then finally we have the Harpy's Feather Duster. And that's it for a deck profile. If you guys enjoyed today's video, you know what to do. Like and subscribe, and don't forget to comment down below if you want to check out the deck profile of the first place winners Labyrinth deck. I'll definitely make a video right away. And if you want a sneak peek of future products we're planning to review here on the channel, you can follow me on my Instagram, VaughnGear. I'm Vaughn, and this was the Gear Channel.